The war against the synthetic drug known as spice is happening as we speak in Isle of Wight County.
Police just left a tobacco store after removing what they say is a hefty supply of that illegal drug. Meanwhile, 3 people, including 19-year-old Waleed Solomon, are in custody charged with selling spice. Then on your sides, Katie Collette was the first reporter on the scene. And Katie, what are residents saying?
Tom and Nicole, we've actually heard folks drive by here and shout, "Get them for good." They're talking about the Solomon family who owns the Carrollton Tobacco Company here. Meanwhile, investigators raided the store shortly after 1 this afternoon and left just moments ago to go over all of the evidence they collected.
I'm riding by on my bike. It's like, what in the world is this mess, man?
Greg Haywood is not getting his cigarettes from the Carrollton Tobacco Company today. This mess he's referring to is a raid by the Isle of Wight Sheriff's Office and State Police.
Shortly after we came into our office back in January, we received a number of complaints from residents about the sale of synthetic cannabinoids, also known as spice.
Sheriff Mark Marshall took those complaints seriously, so an undercover investigation into this store began.
They had an inventory in which it appears that it was quite plentiful.
Sheriff Marshall says spice is not something you could walk into the tobacco company and select from a shelf.
They did not have this up on the counter. You had to come in and ask.
So that's exactly what the undercover officers did, and they say the clerks inside sold them spice. During the investigation, Marshall says the store also sold spice to residents, with near tragic results in some cases.
This is a very, very bad drug, and people, it's not like smoking marijuana or THC. This is something that's very, very different, and people have had extreme reactions up to and including where we had one child that ended up on life support for about 2 weeks.
This raid today, proof the sheriff and state police have had enough.
It's dangerous stuff, though. This is really dangerous stuff. It needs to be stopped.
Now, the sheriff's office has 3 people in custody in connection with this case. They're looking for a 4th person. Meanwhile, this is not the first time investigators hit this store. As a matter of fact, each time they have hit this store, members of the same family have been arrested. We'll have the details on that new at 6. Live in Isle of Wight, Katie Collette, 10 on your side.